thank you very much, Tunde Ajayi, for being with us with T&N TV.
Yes,
and we just wanted to ask you, like, a question what many people might not know is, how did you get started in boxing, and what was your amateur and professional experience like?
Okay, well, it goes back a long time, you know, to a gym that we used to go in Peckham called LA Gym. I'll never forget it. A good 23-4 years ago, and I'd always been known as a fighter in school, and so I first went to a gym, a boxing gym. Let me just correct myself there. I first went to a boxing gym in East London called Champions. Alan Mortlock, whose son is actually around about. It's funny how things happen. Whose son is actually got Print Town, who prints our t-shirts. Print Town, bit of PR there.
Oh, yeah, Sean, of course, Sean.
Sean, yeah. So his dad actually, you know, I would say, I not started me in boxing, but that was the first club I ever went to, you know, and I remember they put me in a ring with one boy, and boom, I knocked him out. So there's like, oh, you're kind of good at this. So, you know, had a few unlicensed fights. I knocked both of them out in the first round. They calling me the dentist. And then there was like, I remember, I think it was Peter De Freitas who was managing or training Nigel Benn at the time. You know, and he approached me and he said to me that, you know, maybe you should take this up professionally. But my mindset was, hold on, ain't you supposed to do amateurs before you turn professional? So I was like, I thought about it, went home and I said, let me go and enroll in an amateur club where I live in South London, the world famous Lynn ABC. I boxed for Lynn, you know, only a few fights, 5 amateur fights. I turned professional straight away, you know, because I was quite, well, I would say advanced for a boxer, in age for a boxer at the time. So I was already about 27 years old. So I was like, I had 5 amateur fights and turned professional straight away. Signed with Frank Maloney, because everyone was like, this kid's good, he's just a natural talent. I had 5 professional fights. Then I had injury and a few personal problems, and I was like, can I really, you know, continue a career in boxing? In boxing. But at the time, even before I was a professional, I was training my friend, and he became a national champion as an amateur. You know, and he won the novice title. Bear in mind, I had not trained anybody, you know, but I used to train in, me and him used to train in that gym, in Peckham, LA Gym. Became a national champion, got all the way to the ABA final, lost in the final to Tony Bellew on points. No. So that actually, so I was like, I must be quite good at this training business if I can do that with somebody. And but then that was that. And then Junior McDonald, who was the professional in mind, who was an amateur at the time I took to ABA finals, said that he wants to turn professional. So he said he wants me to be his trainer. So that's how it happened. It's like serendipity or whatever you want to call it. That's how it happened. That's how I got my professional license. And then the story unfolded even greater because Spencer Fearon, who was training with Adam Booth and David Hay and Danny Williams at the time, heard about me because I'm from South, and obviously I was a bit of a name in South for, you know, I used to have the whole dances and stuff like that. So Spencer was hearing about, yeah, this boxer. So Spencer actually left Adam Booth and asked me to train him. So I trained Spencer Fearon, in which was the fight of the year against Dave Walker. And Spencer had never performed like that, ever, in his whole career. And I'd done that with Spencer in literally 3 months. So Spencer, he lost the fight, you know, eventually, but it went down as the fight of the year. Spencer Fearon against Dave Walker. Spencer continued, said he wanted me, he said he's gonna have 1 more fight. He fought, but I wasn't in the corner for Dave Walker, but I was only training him. So Spencer asked me to train for his last fight and be in a corner of it. So my first ever professional corner, I was in a championship fight. And people don't realize that. my first time ever being in a corner as a trainer was against Spencer Fearon, Gilbert Eastman at the Alexandra Palace. On the top of the bill was Dave Walker against Roman Karmazin. So we're talking about, I was thrown right in at the deep end all those years ago. So, you know, I would say people maybe just seeing me now, but I've literally been a championship trainer from the very first day. And
so that's how you transitioned from being a boxer or fighter.
So from a boxer, from my short amateur career, 5 amateur fights, professional, 5 amateur fights, 5 professional fights, and then trainer. So my first ever corner was Spencer Fearon and Gilbert Eastman for the Southern Area title on Mick Hennessy's show. It was a national show, and me and Spencer laugh about it today. You know, and at the time Spencer Fearon wasn't a commentator, and I told Spencer, your talent lies in commentating.
Yes, we see him on TV.
Look at him today, It's on Sky Sports. And look at where I am today. You know, having travelled the world and been in Freddie Roach's gym and been in Floyd Mayweather's gym, and you know, now I have what I believe is the I'm not even calling him a prospect, one of the best in boxing, you know, and he'll soon prove that to everybody. Yes, it's early, we are in the embryonic stage in his career, but nobody's done what Anthony Yarde's done at this stage of his career. So I'm blessed to be really, you know, involved with a young man like Anthony, and I guess he would say the same about me. So we're equal, you know, we're equal. You know, Anthony's the only person I train and the only person I will train. That's how it's going.
Full focus is on Anthony, of course.
My full focus is on Anthony, and I've got a lot of people that ask me to train them, but I believe I owe Anthony 100% loyalty.
Dedication and time.
Dedication and time.
And how did you sort of meet up with Frank Warren Promotions, and how did that come about?
Oh, well, Frank has known me from when I was a professional. I actually, again, people have not realized how long I've been in this game. They just see me now. The cameras are just, certain people know, Coogan and that don't know, but even before, you know, other broadcasters or filmers, I actually trained Kevin Mitchell. I trained Kevin Mitchell right until his first title, and 2 weeks before his first IBF international title, his family decided that I couldn't take him further.
Right.
So again, Kevin Mitchell, I trained. You know, you need to go back and look at the tape. So when I trained Kevin Mitchell, under me, Kevin Mitchell won Young Boxer of the Year. Another fighter, Akash Bhatia, under me he won Young Asian Sports Personality of the Year. No amateur record, just like Harley. I mean, Cash lost in the ABA final against Stephen Smith, but it was a short amateur record, and I made him. You know, with me he won the Asian Sports Personality of the Year, and the only other boxer to win that prior to that was Amir Khan. So it just, you know, call it luck, but every fight I've ever been involved with has been something, you know, and I'm happy now that, you know, people are seeing it. It's not really changed me because I've always just worked hard, and I love what I do, and I'm very passionate about what I do.
And we'd like to ask you about your, you know, the perfect people, Anthony Yarde. We see on social media you've done some new maybe training regimens like swimming and things like that, and we haven't seen that before. Is that something you've always done? Or?
No, we've just added that in. Swimming, you know, it's about trying not to be, you know, I'm a progressive trainer. I believe in progressive training, and sometimes not really changing what you do, because if it's not broke, I don't see the need to fix it. But swimming is something that came up, you know, and we're enjoying it. I'm a better swimmer than Anthony. Let me just say that. Andy doesn't want to admit it, but I'm a better swimmer than him. And yeah, we're finding it's definitely helping.
Correct.
But other than that, the training's always been the same, and it's going to stay the same.
That's fantastic. And now leading into Saturday, the 9th of December at the Copper Box Arena against a very tough Nikolai S, the Serbian fighter.
Yes.
I mean, he's a very tough, durable fighter. He's been in there with world-class opposition such as Arthur Abraham, Saki Obika, Robert Stiglitz, etc. And no one's really stopped him at all. Yes. So is this something that Anthony's looking to do, to send a message or a statement for the light heavyweight division that sort of he's going to do something that others weren't able to do?
Well, I mean, if you ask Anthony, he may say that it's motivation for him. It is an added bit of motivation because he will be the first person to stop Nikolai Cicloka, and I guess for Anthony personally, it's another challenge, another barrier which he would love to break. You know, in his last fight against Nemes Patty, you know, Anthony Jarrell and Callum Smith took 6 rounds to beat Nemes Patty,
yes.
And Anthony disposed of him in 3 rounds. So again, somebody with 12 amateur fights is doing a better job than world-class fighters. You know, so here we have Nicola. Nicola.
His name's not related to food this time.
We call him Coca-Cola, so he's related to some kind of food.
Coca-Cola.
So we got Nicola, and yes, obviously I've studied the tapes. Very durable fighter. Been in with 3 world champions, come up short, and 1 world-class fighter. So on the crust of world-class. So again, people really have to stand up and take notice, and instead of criticizing that, what a lot of people have been doing, they need to realize that Anthony, I'm the manager as well as the trainer, so I'm in a lofty position where I can, you know, I have control over certain things that happen, and I just feel that people should relax. You know, my saying is everything is timing, and I don't see no other professional with 12 amateur fights with 3 belts around their waist at this stage of their career, taking on a person that's never been stopped. You tell me who's doing it in the whole world, in the whole sport of boxing. It's not been done, and it hasn't been done, and Anthony is setting precedent. So me, as a manager, as a kind of protector to Anthony, because I don't like people talking about Anthony. I get angry. You understand? I'm like, what more do you want?
One other question I wanted to say, what is the road plan for 2018, so going forward? Are there any set plans, or are you just going to sort of...
Progression.
Progress.
It's always progression. You know, I've always been a firm believer that one must not look at another person. You have to concentrate on yourself. If you tend to look at other individuals, other fighters in your weight class, above or below, and focus your energy on those particular fighters, what could happen? You really don't know what the future holds. So you have to be concerned about your own future, and I'm concerned about Anthony's future. We're not looking at no fighters. I'm looking at what happens in the gym every single day and how Anthony progresses, and I will pick Anthony's opponents based on the progression and based on what I see. So 2018, let's not think about that yet. We got December the 9th, 2017.
To worry about first.
To worry about first. Well, we ain't worried, but we got that date
to prepare for.
To prepare for, and we're very excited. We're very excited, and we're looking to put on a fantastic show for all the fans, all the viewers on BT Sports, Box Nation, and T&N.
Oh, thank you very much. And we'd like to ask you, you're wearing the Stamina for Sale shirt.
Yes, sir.
How did that come about? Like, how did you know the inception of the brand? And
again, it came about when I came about. I came into the sport 20 years ago, and Stamina for Sale was established 20 years ago. This year, 2017. So it's actually a vintage year for me. So I've just got the old vintage Stamina for Sale tops. I got a few of them, 2 to give away for the fight. Because I remember when I first had the t-shirts, it was written Stamina for Sale Tunde Ajayi, and so I've taken the Tunde Ajayi off now because Stamina for Sale is bigger than me. It's bigger than any one fighter, you know. And as time goes on, people will see that, you know, and we're looking to do big things in the sport.
With that brand, fantastic. And you know, Stamina for Hair, we see that on social media. What's all that about?
We've got a big surprise for you December the 9th. You're gonna see something that's gonna blow your mind. Stamina for Hair is the hairdressing part of Stamina for Sale brand. So, which is run by my cousin, Eddie Adams. I know if I don't call his name, he's gonna be angry. So,
that's a good looking up.
You know, and when you see my Insta stories and you see me getting trimmed every week,
yeah, looking sharp every time.
Eddie's the one that's doing it. So that's him. You know, it's part of our brand. But Stamina for Sale, all credit. Stamina for Hair, all credit goes to Eddie Adams, and I'm just here to support him. If I can help him, you know, get his name off the ground with, you know, my help and my support, this is what I've always wanted to do. I'm here to help people. And stamina, that's what Stamina for Sale stands for. You know, we're here to help the people. Stamina for Sale is for every person, every industry. We're gonna have everything. And I don't want to talk too much because I'm going into it. But first, the hairdressers. So December the 9th, watch out for what Stamina for Hair is gonna bring.
Fantastic. And also we saw the fantastic Anthony Yard toy that's in development, etc. Please tell us about that. That was fantastic.
Amazing. Literally, you know, Andy told me a story that, you know, when he was young, you know, he cut out a picture which his mum loved and stuck it on. I think it was the Action Man or the WDF, and wrapped it around the toy's head. And here we have someone turning their dreams into reality.
Fantastic. Well, we can't wait for that toy to come out. And will that be a Tunde toy?
The feel. The guy,
the Coach Tunde toy.
Well, you know, me and Anthony, we're like Siamese twins. So if he doesn't like it, but he's getting one, I'm getting one.
That's it. We're gonna get those collector's edition.
But yeah, Anthony first. I'm all about Anthony.
Fantastic.
You know, I want Anthony to continue to grow in the sport of boxing and develop himself and be a world superstar. World champion is not enough for me. I want Anthony Yard to be the best thing ever to happen in boxing.
Yeah, I mean, he is already a superstar to us. It's just the rest of the world has to sort of catch up and discover him, really. So
thank you very much.
So Britain has a diamond, really. So it's just time to shine on the world stage.
For sure.
I guess. But thank you very much, and we'll look forward to seeing you on December the 9th.
Yes, sir.
And we'll put all the links in the descriptions. Thank you, Tunde Ajayi, for your time.